Well, when I first got my Dingo, one of the things I was mainly concerned about as far as entertaining myself with nostalgia was how to get this, one of my favorite series ever, Space Quest, into this. And banging them together really never helped. I was able to get some of the older Space Quest on there, like 1 and 2, and then another fan-made game, through a Game Boy Advance emulator. But I wanted to play some of the later versions, which were my favorites, and the graphics were a lot better. Some of them even had spoken dialogue, so anyways, you know, it really felt incomplete without being able to play everything later in the series, so I'd been looking for solutions. Unfortunately, going through Google and trying to find people that have found solutions, there's been none so far, so either nobody really cares about the series anymore, except for me, or nobody's figured out how to get it working on the Dingo. I did want to take the DOS box route, but unfortunately it's just a bit too slow running on Dingus right now. So actually I did find a solution after reading late at night on the ScummVM website as far as their newest launch of Scum and what's available for it. So they did say you could try out some of the Sierra adventure games, and so I did, and I put them on my Scum that I had on my Dingo, and I've got a few working. Some of them work without a hitch, and some of them have some very frustrating bugs. But I'll get to the gameplay, and then I'll kind of explain as I'm going through it what some of the frustrating bugs could be that you'll run across. So, alright, so this is Scum starting up. And I've already added all the games that I wanted to try here. Right here within this list, I have King's Quest V, King's Quest VI, Leisure Suit Larry 5, Quest for Glory 1, VGA, Quest for Glory 2, Trial by Fire, and I also have Space Quest 4 and Space Quest 5. So, first of all, I'll go ahead and give you a look at what King's Quest V does. And so far it's been working pretty well. Very, very few bugs with King's Quest V. I haven't been able to tackle the CD-ROM version, which actually has a spoken dialogue, because now you need to own it or be very resourceful on the internet in order to get the CD-ROM version. So I don't currently own King's Quest V, so I was able to get the hard disk version, which, you know, it has the same exact graphics, but of course, you know, you don't get the cheesy voiceovers. I do like the cheesy voiceovers, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. So the first time I clicked that button to start it, and it gave me this black screen, I was, you know, whoa, hey, there's one of my favorite games of all time. So I was incredibly happy at this point. One of the things I did learn is that you're going to have to manipulate the sound output within ScummVM to get any sort of sound coming through this. So I'll go ahead and just hit yes that I've played this before. And here we are with Graham next to his house. Now, if you've actually played this game before, you'll know what you're looking at. Right now, you just kind of see a washed out looking house with the cursor moving around the screen. But this is one of the greatest games of all time as far as I'm concerned. This one's very linear, meaning that compared to the other Sierra adventure games, it's very straightforward. However, there are a few problems with King's Quest V as far as if you do something wrong, like eat a pie that you had or get rid of something before you should have, that you'll just hopelessly be stuck in the game. I found that turning up the speed to full makes this game tolerable. Right now we have him walking around the screen at a snail's pace, but again, the speed's not turned all the way up. So anyways, that's King's Quest V. Let me move on. Alright, so here I am about to start out Space Quest 4, which is actually my favorite of the series, because you get to jump around in time. any sort of time traveling videos I've always been very fond of, whether it's, you know, movies or video games. So let me go ahead and start this up. Now this one, after manipulating some of the speaker settings within the ScummVM program, I was able to get the spoken dialogue working. However, the sound effects and music do get compromised, but it's still well worth it. I'm hoping this will be able to pick up the spoken dialogue. I have had to have my earphones jammed in my ears with it turned up full blast to hear very well, but let's go ahead and get this started. Now, let me tell you about one of the fatal bugs with Space Quest 4 and 5 that I ran into so far, after this little bit of dialogue.
Now where am I? You wander aloud to non-existent auditory organs. This place sure looks homely. Hey wait, this looks just like Xena. It is Xena. It's really a pile. Along with the changes induced by an armed conflict, the city looks different, more modern, with a heavy dash of post-disaster seasoning. Casually glancing at the status line, you happen to notice that you're in Space Quest 12. What's happened? Who was that guy with the overdeveloped hairdryer? Why did you let yourself be talked into jumping into some strange shimmering hole? Why are you talking to yourself? These incredibly intriguing questions will quickly be forgotten with barely an electron stirred in that well-armored orb atop your shoulders.
So here we are. One of the things that absolutely breaks my heart about how this game works on the Dingo, because it does work beautifully, especially once you manipulate the speed option, is you save and then try to restore a game. And what happens when you restore it is there's some sort of error that brings you straight to a debug menu, and you can't escape it without escaping the game altogether. So in some cases you're able to walk around the current screen it restored you in, but then the second you try to leave out of frame, like I'm doing here when I'm walking around, it will crash on you. So it's been terrible, because that means you have to beat the game straight through without dying once, which if you've ever played Space Quest is almost impossible to get anywhere. So I did try to advance at least to the next part of the game, and I wasn't able to. I got caught, I died, so anyways, I imagine after finally honing my skills on the PC for a while, I could be able to do it, but, you know, you can imagine the frustration after getting an hour and a half into the game, and then you die and have to start from the very beginning. So, you know, that's really been upsetting to me. If any of you guys figure out how to manipulate the debug menu to continue on with the game, please leave me a comment, because this is absolutely insane. See right there? You have to start the game from the beginning.
Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pet load.
So that's that game. I'm going to go ahead and show you at least one more, just for the video's sake. So now I'm starting out Leisure Suit Larry 5, which actually works really well. I'm not running into any bugs with it. So I'd highly recommend putting this on your ScummVM emulator for your Dingo. But as far as you know, Space Quest or Quest for Glory, those ones are hit or miss. I'll tell you that Space Quest 1, the VGA remake, is totally playable, and you could save and restore without a problem. And Quest for Glory 2, unplayable due to a few bugs. You could actually, you know, walk around and whatnot, but there's going to be certain elements when you need to battle that are going to be unplayable as far as the controls that are given to you. Quest for Glory 3 is playable. However, there's a sub-menu where you could choose to sleep or not. And unfortunately, you can't access that. It just blinks off the minute you click on it, so that's kind of weird. Another thing that comes with some of the games, as far as I've noticed in like Space Quest, is the character never scales down. He's always the same size, so like if you're walking around like a part of the game where everybody else is scaled down and small, like sort of like ants, your character will be some giant font walking amongst them, so it's really weird. But other than that, you know, I'm willing to make a lot of compromises to get these games to work on here. I'm just happy I have them. So I'm not going to complain too much. But if any of you in the community could figure out how to navigate that damn debug menu after you try it yourself, I would really appreciate a message back. It'd be great. Alright, thanks so much.